We're literally only days away from the unveiling of the Samsung Galaxy Note 5, coming at a day that we kind of didn't expect. Normally, every single year, the new Note device is unveiled at IFA in Berlin, but this year, Samsung decided to bump up the date a couple of weeks. Well, we look back at the Samsung Galaxy Note 4 in a Galaxy Note 4 Now video, and last year it was met with a lot of general acclaim, from the design to, of course, the S Pen, the trump card of the Note series. So we're hoping that this year's edition is just as good, if not better, than the one that we have here in my hand right now. So, it's Josh Vergara from Android Authority. What's going on, everybody? And here are 5 things that we want to see from the brand new Galaxy Note 5. If you've been following all of the coverage on AndroidAuthority.com, you would know by now that a lot of leaks have already happened. So we already have a bit of a snapshot of what to expect from the Galaxy Note 5. However, all of that is still speculation until the phone actually becomes unveiled, so in the meantime, we will still present to you our wish list for the brand new phone. Let's address the elephant in the room right off the bat, features that we didn't see in the Galaxy S6. With a new design language in the latest Galaxy S phone, users were actually really miffed to see the expandable storage slot and the removable battery go by way of the dinosaur. Granted, the base storage options were finally bumped up to 32 gigabytes, but plenty of power users found this simply not enough for their storage needs. Paying more money for 64 or 128 gigabyte models was also simply out of the question for most users. Removable battery might be something we can forgive for reasons that we'll get to in a second, but expandable storage is a feature we know is one of the first features you look for in the spec sheet and then lament over when it's left out. Now, another reason why the Note series, all of them really, have been very successful is because the large battery underneath has become a hallmark of the phablet form factor. So the Galaxy Note 5 has to have a battery, if it's not removable, that is as big as the power users need it to be. That's the thing with Samsung though, there's some disparity among the different models in their flagships and even in some of their mid-range offerings that show where some features are highlighted and then in other cases they're just plain missing. Just look at the Samsung Galaxy S6 Active, which comes with an incredible 3500 mAh battery that has proven very reliable for all of the highest usage days. Leaks suggest that the Note 5 will come with 3000 mAh. We suppose this will suffice, but obviously we will want more, especially because Samsung has shown in the Active that higher battery capacities can be found in their phones. Now, what the Galaxy Note line did best in the last few years is succeed where the Galaxy S line did not. Now just look at last year, when the sleek and incredible Note 4 completely redeemed the design language that many of us didn't like in the Galaxy S5, while providing even more and arguably better features. If the leaks that we've gotten recently are any indication, the design of the Galaxy Note 5 will not only follow that of the S6, it may also mean the loss of those just mentioned features. Even then, we just aren't too sure if a mostly glass design will work for a larger Note, and for the bigger S6 Edge Plus for that matter. The Note 5 might set a precedent for the Note series that simply wasn't true before. So the best that we can do for now is hope that the Note 5's design makes us fall in love with it, the way that the Note 4 did last year. And if glass and case designs are really what we're going to get from Samsung this year, perhaps this might be the first year that we see the Note line get some real true variations. After all, a glass body might be kind of fragile. And even though last year we had the Note Edge, we're already getting an S6 Edge Plus this year that pretty much fills that gap. So looking back at the Galaxy S6 and the S6 Edge, despite being very beautifully designed devices, there was also the Active line that I keep harping about that addressed a few key aspects that the originals did not. Mainly, durability and battery life, not to mention the extra input in the Active Key, for which I gave the phone a huge stamp of approval. Now, we would say we want an Active Key in the Note 5, but the S Pen adds enough of its extra input already. Anyway, dual glass design could make the Note 5 one of the most expensive and most delicate devices that will require a death grip. If we're getting a larger version of the S6 Edge, which is simultaneously a Note 5 with a curve and missing the S Pen, then why not throw another Active edition in there somewhere for a good measure? And finally, we gave the S6 and Edge very high marks for its dialed-back interface. Not only did it slim down in features and annoying tutorials, it was also optimized for Samsung's powerful in-house Exynos processor. Now, due to the very nature of the Note line, especially considering the S Pen, we don't really expect the Note 5's software to be quite as Spartan as it was in the S6, but we do hope that we at least see the same types of optimizations and the same type of speed from the new Note device. And speaking of the S Pen, we do hope that the brand new version of this stylus is able to really keep a lot of its potential without really clamoring for so much of your attention. Plenty of features of the Note 4's S Pen were useful, especially using the stylus as a kind of mouse, but the learning curve was steep enough that not too many people ever pulled it out. If the S Pen is easier to learn and its features are made almost indispensable to the Note 5 experience this year, we'd be happy to pop out the stylus more. And so there you have it for the 5 things that we want to see from the Samsung Galaxy Note 5. The brand new device is pretty much going to get the updates that we expect it to get in certain aspects like the Quad HD display and the wonderful camera. We already loved the one from the Note 4, so we only expect the Note 5 to really give us the kind of experience that we're looking for in picture quality. But certain things like expandable storage feel kind of odd to have to hope for, but that is where we are in the smartphone market today. So we hope that you guys don't really blame us for keeping our fingers crossed that all of the things in this list do end up coming true. So as always, thank you guys very much for watching, and keep it tuned for all of my coverage of the Samsung Galaxy Note 5, which is coming in just a few days. Next week we're going to have so many videos on it and the S6 Edge Plus, with versus videos against the rest of the flagship devices in the Android space, so make sure you keep it tuned here to Android Authority for all of that. Drop us some likes on our videos and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. When you're done with all of that, get over to that corner link down there after you watch all of the content from my brothers and sister in Android, and listen to the Android Authority podcast, after which you can head on over to AndroidAuthority.com for even more, because we are your source for all things Android.